Hey guys, Yamakiller here. We're playing some Rakdos, splash a little bit of white Death Shadow here. Playing the usual suspects, Death Shadow, Scourge of the Skyclaves, Thoughtseize. Our one-drop creature suite also includes some Swift Spirit and Bomat Couriers today. Bomat Courier has been pretty good at recurring some value later in the game, especially if you get it down turn 1 and your opponent doesn't deal with it, trying to save removal spells for Death Shadow, as well as setting up for Scourge of the Skyclave on turn 2, giving you more ability to do that. We've got our 6 discard spells in Thoughtseize Inquisition, our removal spells in 4 bolts, a Seal of Fire, 2 pushes, and some dismembers. Our ability to go a little bit longer with Kroxa and Luris as our companion, and some cheese aspect with Temur Battle Rage. Out of the board, we've got some anti-combo in Narcomecia. We've got a lot of good removal spells and Graveyard Hate. Kaya's Gao, Grim Lavamancer, Kozilek's Return, some Angrass Rampage, Reign of Gore for those pesky green-white Heliod combo decks, and a K Command for some good value, Soul Guide Lantern, now Spellbomb for some more Graveyard Hate. Now, let us move into the games. We are playing a modern prelim today. We're going to be round 1, 0 and 0, playing against NZ Blazer. I believe they are a very young player. 5 lands, though we do have Bolt plus Tide Hollow Sculler. I'm going to keep this hand because Sunbaked Canyon is a cycle land, and we can kind of set up bolting their first creature, and then setting up a Tide Hollow Sculler. And if they don't have a creature on turn 1, then, it's all good. They seem to be playing Luris as well. Luris can mean a bunch of different things. It could mean a mirror. It could mean green-white Devoted Druid. Looks like a mirror, though. So Spirit? Sure. That's fine with me. They're bobbling. Sure. I will go get Blood Crypt here. Lightning Bolt. The Death Shadow mirrors are a little finicky because, especially when Lightning Bolt's involved as a 4-up, both players need to manipulate the life total such that their Death Shadow is going to be good, such that the Scourge is going to be good, and figuring out exactly how to manage that. Let's see, so they're going to know about the card on top of my deck, Lightning Bolt, okay. I will go get Sacred Foundry here, I think. Yes, Sacred Foundry. Let's see what they're working with. Got Sculler, TBR, Lightning Bolt. Yep, guess we gotta take Lightning Bolt. If we don't take Lightning Bolt, they just kill our Scourge. Or not our Scourge, sorry, our Tide Hollow Sculler. My guess is they're probably just going to Tide Hollow Sculler us back, take the Bolt, and then I believe my next turn is going to just be putting a Luris into the hand. Putting Luris into the hand allows us to set up for future turns. Although it's not great against a discard spell they could play the next turn. Depending on what we draw, we could be switching up exactly what our play is. Tide Hollow Sculler from them, it looks like. Yep. Seem to both be doing the same thing, except for they happen to have a Swift Spear on turn 1. Just Bolt for us. I think just shocking here, getting Luris back. I don't want them to know that I drew a removal spell. And if they do draw a discard spell, they're going to be taking the Luris, which kind of sucks. But I think it's acceptable for me. So they fetch shocked. I think I'm fine not attacking here. Don't want to make their Scourge any bigger than it is right now. We didn't know if they were going to draw a fetch land or not. Now we need to worry about this TBR plus the Scourge. This will be an issue for us if we don't draw any way to deal with it. They drew Bolt as well, okay. So, hopefully we draw a Fatal Push here. Thoughtseize. I need to take the TBR here. Oh. Guess I have to take Lightning Bolt and try to find Fatal Push here. Not gonna cut it. Yep, them having double TBR there was good. Usually TBR is not very good in the matchup, but based on how exactly that played out, it was not particularly great for us. TBR is pretty bad because you usually just end up trading a lot of resources, and just having a creature on the board is better than a TBR in the hand. So I'm going to sideboard like this for now. Let's see, what else do we not want? I think Seal of Fire is not particularly good here. I think I'm going to cut the Tide Hollow Scourge as well. Because I'm guessing with so many removal spells that something like that won't be particularly good. Because I'll just be taking a removal spell and I'll just use a removal spell on it, and it's not going to be doing all that much. Well, let's see if we can do a bit better in the post-board games. Keeping the 5-lander was a little bit ambitious, especially on the play, and we did get punished for it, not having that many spells and having lands left in our hand, not doing anything. Let's see what opponent can figure out in their sideboarding. I'm guessing we're probably playing very close to a 75 card mirror, probably a couple cards off at most. So I'm going to expect some of the same cards in Handgrass Rampage, Kolaghan's Command, and Kaya's Guile. And the reason just having more removal spells, even if they're sacrifice removal spells, seems to be good to me. I think I can keep this hand. It's not great, but it's enough for me. Just go get Blood Crypt here. Just a spear, and I'm fine just attacking. I know that there's a possibility of just not attacking because it allows them to get to Death Shadow quicker, but I don't think that that's too much of a problem. Just spear, okay. We're gonna have a bit of a problem here because we can't realistically beat like a Scourge here. Drawing another land there kind of did us in. Ooh, they don't have another land though. So that's really good for me. I think I'm just going to go get Godless Shrine tapped here. Yeah, I think just developing Kroxa here is the play. I think so the discard spells are also bad, which is nice for me. And we can get Kroxa next turn. I was going to just go get Luris, but I realized, oh, we can just develop Kroxa next turn. Completely fine, and when they're on 1 mana, it's going to be pretty hard for them to do what they need to be doing. Yeah, I'm like basically never a fan of keeping a 1-laner unless I have Bobble and like I'm on the draw. Let's just go get Sacred Foundry, I guess. Sure. Red, red, black. Let's keep Swiss Spirit in there. So this Kroxa has been a 2-for-1 at worst, and probably going to end up being a 3-for-1. Well, I guess the first one was a 1-for-1, and then this is free for a 2-for-1, and the 3-for-1 for the kill. So if we get an attack, it'll end up being a 4-for-1. Wow, they don't even have a push, it seems like. Fine, thoughts using here first. Push, I assume. Yep, makes sense. Scourge, Scourge, Inquisition, Kaya's Guile. Let's take a Scourge. Attack for 1. Get some value off of my card as well. Them not drawing a land for this long has been pretty nice for us, especially when they had double Scourge. I think I'm just going to crack this on the end step. Makes it so we can go get Croxa again. I need to tap this slightly differently. Black, red, Croxa again. Yeah, like, this is another reason why Kaya's Gale is also very good. It makes it so they can deal with the Croxa at the same time of making them lose a creature of some sort. They got rid of Croxa, so they've got Kaya's Guile, Scourge, Inquisition, actually. And, yep, ended up not drawing any lands, but even if they did, they drew Scourge there, then we had the push for it. Us drawing a lot of lands ended up being good exactly against their hand. If they had a second land, I don't think we would have won that game. They had a second land for, I think, until like turn 4 or 5, maybe. I think basically everything else you're losing to. Their hand was very, very good. Let's see how game 3 is going to go. We're going to be the one short on lands this time. Hand seems pretty reasonable to me. Hand seems pretty reasonable to me. Keep. Not quite sure if I was supposed to fetch or shock there. It's probably merits to both, depending on how exactly the Scourge of the Skyclave works against the Lightning Bolt type effect. What hand did they keep where they're just letting my Bomat Courier go on turn 1? Maybe they have Scourge? That's their first play. They have just Scourge. Oh, Croxa, okay. I'll just ditch my Bomat Courier. Not too worried about a second Bomat Courier, I think. Yep, I get to play my Scourge here because the Bomat Courier will put them down to 16, so I don't have to worry about bullets on it. While our hand is a little bit threat light, hopefully the Scourge can go the whole way and they just play like a couple threats that I don't really care about. And by I don't care about, I mean I just get to use my removal spells on them and then get to go beat down on them. Fatal Push. Yep, I mean that's to be expected. One Scourge, sure. I want to play push there so that I can activate my Bomat Courier if they try to kill it in some way. Sure. And I won't be fetching on the end step because it gives them an opportunity to get rid of my Bomat Courier. Sure. Scourge, sure. And I still want to get my life total down a little bit for a potential Death Shadow that I could draw. So I should just go get Blood Crypt here. Target player sacrifices a creature. I've got a... I'm suspect that they possibly are going to Croxa next turn, so I'm going to wait until the end step to use my Bomat Courier. they're not going to do anything. I think I'm fine just not using my Bomat Courier yet. Because we have still 4 bolts, and if we get in some extra damage, I'm going to be pretty excited. Especially if they have to use a removal spell on my Bomat Courier. That's even better for me, especially with their limited life total. They're going to have to start doing something. It's possible they have Kaya's Guile, but Kaya's Guile still not that bad of a spot. We just lose our Swift Spear. And then get 5 cards. And then deploy the goods. So they're in a predicament, to say the least. What do you got? Kolaghan's command. Okay, I will crack this here. Draw any lightning bolt, we're good. Thoughtseize, Bauble, and Grass Rampage. Because they did that in the main phase, we get to win now. I get to do this. And then Grass Rampage for the last point. And they're dead. Well, I think we still would have been pretty far ahead because we had an Grass Rampage and a Bauble, whatever we were going to draw, and Kroxa coming in next turn. But that was definitely a slight misstep by them there, doing that in the main phase rather than in the beginning of combat. But, you know, we take whatever we can get. If you guys liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitch and Twitter in the description below. And throughout the week, you'll see the rest of this prelim going through. I'll see you guys in the next round. Bye-bye.